Hey Movie Bunch, and welcome to another vlog. Today we are headed to Knott's Berry Farm for their Taste of Boysenberry Festival. Dustin and I have gone before, and the food was so good that we are gonna go back again. We're almost there. This year they're doing like the food a little bit different. I think some of the repeated stuff from not 2020 because we didn't come, but 2019 was it?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't remember honestly, but they had this. It was like a flank steak or some sort of steak that was delicious, so good that we got it twice on the same trip. But they actually don't have that this year. Instead, they have like a barbecue brisket over tater tots. So I guess that's going to be our next go. But there's a lot of other stuff. There's like etouffee that I'm really wanting to try to get. There's like a pork bun with boysenberry kimchi. That sounds really interesting. So come along for the ride. Watch us eat stuff, and we'll do a little rating for each item as well. We made it in! Yay! Woo. So we've got our tasting cards for the Boysenberry Festival. One for Dustin, one for me.
Thank you.
This is just to give you guys an idea of how empty the park, how spread out everybody is. This is kind of what it looks like here. So lots of open space. We love that.
So we're going to be having the brisket over the tater tots. I'm trying to remember what kind of boysenberry sauce this was. So it's the boysenberry brisket tater tot topped with crispy jalapeno chips and a boysenberry aioli sauce, which sounds delicious. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this brisket here with the. Okay, here we go.
That's a good face.
Oh my gosh.
Don't touch your face, by the way.
That's really good. You gotta try this, hon.
Okay, I'll try it. All right, it's my turn. Get some briskets, get some spicy jalapeno chips on top, get that boysenberry drizzle on there. Oh, must get. You have to get this one when you guys come. This is so good. The brisket's really not heavy. It's very tender. It just melts in your mouth. The not the mashed potatoes, but the tater tots makes it just pulls everything together really, really well.
Mm-hmm. And I like it because they're still crispy. The tater tots are still crispy. The brisket just has a nice flavor to it. And then they said it was a spicy jalapeno chips, but I don't really taste the spiciness to it. But everything comes together really well. The sweet, the savory, and yeah, this is definitely a recommend so far.
Also really shareable.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's hard to get it to stay on the fork. It's so tender. Oh, this really hits the spot.
I'm happy we chose this one as the first one of the day.
Yeah, me too.
It's really good.
If everything else is this good, we're gonna be full by the end of the day.
We get a total of 10 tastings between the two of us, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next one, which is like the pork bao bun. Right off the bat, I will say this, I am not completely in love with the presentation. It's really saucy. All the sauce is kind of swimming on the bottom, which means the bun's gonna be a little soggy. And it looks like one of the more fried buns as opposed to like a regular, like say like the kind of wrapping you would get on a chashu. But I'm gonna try the kimchi first. It's like soaked in sauce.
It does look a little drenched.
I would say it's not the best kimchi I've had, but it's also not the worst. A little bit of sweetness from the boysenberry juice, whatever it is on the sauce on the bottom. Really, I would say tones down like the spiciness, but to me kimchi is not that spicy, and at least the ones that I've had. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite of this bun.
Ooh. Is that like a little bit of cream cheese? Oh.
It's what it looks like on the inside. So kind of like a chashu, like a fried chashu bun.
Oh.
It's actually pretty good. Okay. I take back what I said about the presentation is still but the taste is there. It's good.
Let me try a little bit of, I'm going to go for the kimchi first as well.
You're okay. It's not spicy.
It feels like it's going to get there. Like for me, since I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to spicy, it actually is like, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn. No, it's not. It's a little bit of a tease, but it's good.
I put the whole thing in my mouth.
Okay, here we go.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. It's weird how they get boysenberry to go with everything here. I mean, really, it does. I mean,
what kind of culinary sorcery is this?
How do you do this? I do think it's a little more bready than meaty.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, but seeing how it's fried and you do have the boysenberry sauce to go with it, they still go very well together.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish they would have put just a little bit more meat in here.
Yeah.
But it's still very tasty.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And put the two together with the kimchi. Mwah. I love it. These two are definitely a thumbs up. So if you had to,
good first round.
If you had to rate it from 1 to 5 boysenberries, how many boysenberries?
3.5 boysenberries for the pork bao bun. For the brisket tater tots, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 boysenberries.
Ooh, 5 out of 5.
That's real good.
I have to admit, I think I'd have to go with you with the bao. It's about 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
The brisket, I was gonna give like a 4. So we're both pretty close on this. So I would say overall, very satisfied.
Well, we're gonna finish up here and then we're gonna go to our next destination. See you there. All right, we're at the second location. No food, but we decided to get a Boysenberry Milk Tea with popping boba because...
If you're wondering what happened to the American dream.
What happened to the American dream?
That's exactly what we were thinking at this very moment. It's going to be like a 20-minute video, huh?
Okay, so we're going to have to review this through... between the takes of that
of the documentary
video. First sip.
Obviously, things were really, really tough. They wound up moving to Shandon.
Need to stir it up a little.
It didn't work out for the land.
I just got all boysenberry on the bottom.
It was very...
We had to change location because that music wasn't gonna stop. This is actually pretty good. So the only thing I will say that I don't like about this is I'm not really getting a tea flavor. It's more of like a creamy boysenberry milk-y drink with popping boba. So like if they thought maybe putting boba in a drink, they call it boba tea, but I don't feel like there's a tea element to it. But compared to when we got this in 2019,
oh my gosh, so much better.
The boba was terrible. It was like they had refrigerators, so it was kind of hard. So this is a much better way to go, the popping boba. So appreciate the change there, Knott.
This isn't very tea-y, it's just very much more like a boysenberry milk.
Right,
kind of a
with
thing.
popping boba.
It's still good and it's still tasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's really no tea flavor in there.
I would rate this, while it's good, I think there's room for improvement, as in like putting actual tea in it. Like imagine a boysenberry green tea, milk tea with popping boba. Like I would drink that, or just like even the boysenberry green tea by itself with boba. Like that would taste really nice and refreshing. So I would do like 3.5 boysenberries for this drink.
I think I'm just going to give this one a flat 3.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty good and still refreshing
like
and creamy and tasty. But yeah, I expect it to have a little bit more of a tea flavor to it, and it doesn't have that, unfortunately.
And definitely stir it up before you drink all the syrup that's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cup is pretty. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get to the next location, so we'll see you there. All right, we're back at the next location. And we decided on some, what is this? The boysenberry
Yeah, the
agua fresca with
boysenberry cucumber
and pineapple.
and pineapple.
I'm gonna give it a
aqua
try.
fresca.
Ah.
And I was just like, that sounds like super.
Oh,
has Wendy just
my
found a new favorite
gosh.
drink? Hey, I used one of my credits for this. So.
That's so good, but
Oh, that's really
especially on a nice, like hot, like a
a nice
hotter
day like today.
That's delicious.
The cucumber and the
Pineapple and
pineapple and the boysenberry go very well together.
Yeah.
I thought that it might be a little too acidic with the pineapple,
But it's good.
but it's really good.
We also, I couldn't pass up etouffee. They had it on the menu, so I was like, of course, gave us a ton of spring onions in there, as well as like there's like a giant shrimp.
Oh wow!
Well, it's not giant, but it's a good size.
And it smells really good.
I love etouffee. I have a friend who makes etouffee, and hers has always been my favorite, but we'll see how this one stacks up.
So was there actually like a boysenberry part of this etouffee?
Oh yeah, I should read
'Cause
about
I
that.
remember. I think it's like boysenberry sausage or something. Okay. Cool.
Boysenberry sausage over rice. I'm gonna grab a piece of the sausage.
Hold on a second. Ooh. For a second, I thought it was going to be a little salty, but like the salty level gets up to just the right amount, I think. But
It's actually pretty good.
it's very savory.
Yeah, I would say like the boysenberry flavor isn't too prominent.
Yeah.
But I'm not really complaining because I like it so much.
It's
My
good
friend's
in-
recipe is still better. Just a disclaimer. But this is pretty good.
And the two of these together, I have to admit, this adds because this has a little bit stronger of the drink has a little bit stronger of a boysenberry flavor, and actually it curbs the saltiness and the acidicness of the etouffee, and this just washes it down so well. Okay, so here I'm going to try just a piece of this sausage.
Same. Dink. I'm still not getting that boysenberry flavor, but it's good.
It's very much a whisper of boysenberry. I don't even know, actually. I don't even think I get the whisper. I don't really taste very much boysenberry.
It's a really
still
good sausage, though.
It's still
Regardless.
very tasty. It very much pops when you bite into it.
I'm so full already. And we've only eaten 3 things, technically. So we just devoured everything. Well, almost everything. I'm getting stuffed here. Time to rate etouffee. Dusty, you want to go first?
It's, don't get me wrong. It's good, and I think on a meal on its own, it's a pretty good meal. It was nice and savory.
Yeah.
There just wasn't any boysenberry to it, so I think that's going to knock it down a little bit. So I'm going to give this a 3 boysenberries.
Oh, I'm giving that a 4 boysenberry. I would have liked more boysenberry flavor, maybe a little bit more like sausage and shrimp. Like they gave us a lot of rice underneath, plus the naan was like all of a sudden it was like very carb heavy, but the flavor was still really good. So I'll do a 4 for the agua fresca. This is straight up 5 out of 5 for me. It's so
It is so
good. It's so good.
Same here. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for this one. This is a double 5 for both of us.
Yay! All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and walk around and digest a little bit, and then we'll see you at our next location. And we're back, and now we've got some refreshment, alcoholic.
We kind of skipped straight to our dessert.
And dessert, I got the boysenberry soft serve with chocolate chip cookie pizza. What? And Justin got
I got
frozen Mai Tai?
frozen boysenberry Mai Tai. Thought I'd try out some of their alcoholic drinks here. And they checked my ID, they gave me a little bracelet and everything, so I'm like, okay, let's try this out. Is it a good cookie? It looks actually a little like doughy, but in a good way. Oh,
I gotta try the
it's nice and warm.
boysenberry. Oh, that's good. So there is the option to get the soft serve right on top of the cookie, but I like to keep sometimes my food. I don't like to have them play together sometimes, and this is one of those incidences.
Ooh, that's creamy.
But it's really good. It's really refreshing. So like the ice cream doesn't taste too heavy, like too creamy. It's like a nice balance between like a traditional soft serve and then the blend of boysenberry, which is great. Okay, what about yours?
What about my Thai?
Mai Tai?
Well, let's find out. Oh, the top seems to be more foamy than like icy slushy.
Uh-oh.
It's actually tastes, I mean, it does kind of have like a boysenberry soda flavor to it. Not very Mai Tai-y and not very alcoholic. I'm pretty sure like they put in like
There's a little bit of
half
alcohol.
a shot of alcohol.
Like I could have this and be okay. Like my allergy wouldn't kick in.
Overall, it kind of just tastes like a frozen,
Like a slushy.
a frozen slushy, or like
Boysenberry slushy.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's nothing like really fancy about this, but you know, it's still refreshing. It's still good. It has a weird kind of kick taste to it, to where it almost seems like it's going to taste a little bit like cough syrupy kind of a
Is that
thing.
the alcohol that you're tasting?
That's probably a little bit of the alcohol there.
I'm enjoying my dessert so much, and we have a total of 4 tasting cards left, so we have to be careful what we pick next. But we thought it was nice to kind of break up the savory stuff and just have ourselves some sweet dessert. And I like this one. It's not too heavy. It's not going to sit too heavy on me. I'm going to give the cookie pizza with the boysenberry soft serve 4 out of 5 boysenberries.
Okay, I'm just a little behind you on that one. I was going to say 3.5. The soft serve is probably the best part of this. The cookie is good, but you know, it's also a chocolate chip cookie. It's soft, it's gooey, it does what it's supposed to do, but there's nothing, you know, super exciting about it. For the Mai Tai, I think I'm going to give this, I'm debating between a 2 and a 2.5. So, to give you kind of an idea, let's say 2.25.
You gotta do halves. I'm not doing graphics for a quarter.
Okay, I'll give it a 2. I'm a little bit more disappointed in it than happy about it. So
It sounded so good on paper. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit out of the sun so we can kind of recoup our energy, and then we'll try to finish up our next 4 cards.
figure out
Pray
what we
for
want.
us, guys.
We're starting to get
My stomach's like,
full.
no more food. All right, we'll see you guys at the next location. And we're back with another 2 food items. We have the boysenberry basil lemonade that I'm dying to try. Sounds and looks very refreshing. And we got the chicken tamale with like a boysenberry. Oh, hold on, I'm falling apart here. Okay, so it's a chicken tamale with a boysenberry roja sauce over Spanish rice. I love tamales, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a bite.
Wendy loves her tamales. Yeah.
I love tamales. Hope it's good. Did I have a tamale here last time and I was disappointed? Do I remember, or is that somewhere else?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Spicy.
Oh, it is? Okay, thank you for the heads up. I do appreciate it.
I don't know if the boysenberry roja sauce makes it. They definitely picked up the sweetness of a sauce that's otherwise normally not sweet. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. The rest of the tamale tastes good,
All right.
but I'm not really sure about the sauce, you guys.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
I know.
Because, you know, you always want the boysenberry to kind of, you know, accent what you're getting, or like what you're eating. Ooh!
Yeah.
For me, that's a little spicy. Ooh, I can feel,
But
I can
it
feel
goes
that.
away really quickly as well.
It's going. But
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the sauce is too sweet for my liking. And
a
it's
little.
a little overpowering. And I
Okay.
can't taste the rest of the stuff.
I kind of like it. Try it with some of, I think that's cilantro. The cilantro adds a nice flavor to it. And then because I took it more from the middle, and you got the cheese that's on top, the sauce, the cilantro, and the tamale. That actually goes together pretty well. It is a little spicy from my taste, but once you get some of that cilantro in there and some of that that cheese, and this super refreshing.
Ooh! A hint of, is it the basil I'm tasting, or is it the mint, or like a little bit of mint maybe?
Maybe. I just liked it all together. It was.
This is really good.
It's not overpowering in any aspects. It's like not overly lemony, overly berry. or overly basil-y. But it's just a really nice mixture of all three.
I feel like I actually like the lemonade better than I like the agua fresca.
Oh, really?
And that's saying a lot because I loved that drink.
That was really good.
Yeah, I'm not really into the tamale. It just doesn't blend well for me.
And
The flavor. Don't love it. To rate the items we have, I would give the Boysenberry Basil Lemonade a 5 out of 5 Boysenberry.
Same here. I'm right with you on that.
The tamale with the Boysenberry Roja sauce, gotta give it a 2 out of 5 Boysenberries. I'm so disappointed.
I think I'd give it a little bit higher than that. I think I'm giving it a 2.5.
Okay.
On that, but yeah, honestly, this is probably one that you could probably be like, unless you are like just a tamale nut.
I'm a tamale nut, and this is not
doing it for you.
It's the sauce. It's not the tamale itself. It's the sauce. It's not like it just doesn't blend. And I can't taste the chicken. All I taste is the sauce.
You know what?
And
True.
the sweetness of the boysenberry. It's very overpowering.
So overall,
would not get this again.
Good drink. Skip the tamales.
Yeah. All right, we get 2 left, so we have to talk about what we want, and then we'll see you guys at the next location. And here is our final. Oh my God, I just realized how dry my hands are because I've been washing, sanitizing all day long. But this is our last savory dish, and Dustin picked it. It's the barbecue brisket over mac and cheese, and we got the spring onions on the side.
And it's supposed to have like it said Boysenberry barbecued brisket. So I'm really curious on how much boysenberry is on the barbecue brisket.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick taste.
You can never go wrong with mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. It's reminiscent of the brisket we got this morning on our tater tots.
Ooh.
That's good.
I like that.
That's real good.
I kind of feel my arteries clogging already, but it's really good. I like this.
And I think the mac and cheese kind of blends really well with that boysenberry sweet flavor, so it's a good combination. It's not the healthiest, but it's definitely a nice one to round off our day. And then once we get home, we're going to take out Miss Navi and then fall into a very deep food coma.
Most likely.
And sleep for the rest of the day.
Very faint on the boysenberry, though. I mean, you kind of get it in the barbecue sauce flavoring, but it's there, but it's very much a whisper of it.
But I like this more than the tamale that we literally just had.
Very much
like
so.
Way too much boysenberry.
And there's also something else that you have to put into consideration here too. We are full, and we are still eating this. I'm almost thinking that I brought some Tupperwares, and I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna put it into the Tupperware and eat it later. Great
idea, because I'm kind of tapped out.
Yeah, and plus, the next thing we want to get is a dessert. And that one is going to be, something that we can't really take home if it's like say fried or has ice cream on it, because that's going to melt. So we need to save room for that. And this is actually something that can transport very well.
Yeah, put it in our Tupperware, and then we just go straight home.
Yeah, one more bite.
And that'll be for dinner.
One more bite, and then into the Tupperware it goes.
So my rating for the Boysenberry barbecue brisket over mac and cheese would be, I gave it 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I like it a lot. I think I'm dropping it down the meter just a notch. I think just because I'm really, really full. And I also feel like there could have been a little bit more spice maybe in the brisket, other than just like sweet boysenberry. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. And the meat's delicious, and it's very tender. And juicy, but I think I'm missing some sort of a zing to it. So I dropped it down a notch. Otherwise, it's really good. It's a good way to close out the day.
Yeah, honestly, I'm right there with you on this one. There's some things in there that are just really good. It goes well with the mac and cheese. The sweetness is good, but I think it's missing like a little bit of a zing to
something,
it.
Yeah, some sort of spices.
It. But honestly, overall, this is definitely, if you like mac and cheese and you like brisket, this is a good one. So definitely 4 out of 5.
Yeah. And now we're gonna go and get our final dessert, and then we will be on our way home. So we'll see you at the next location. And we are here with our final dish for the day. We did it, 10 items, including drinks, out of the way. So we decided on the hint of lemon churro bites. We just thought that'd be easier. We were trying to pick things today where we didn't have to eat with our hands. So that's why we picked this one. And we love churros anyways.
Oh. Yes, this is actually kind of hard to dunk without having to use your fingers.
The churro by itself is pretty good.
Oh, it is? Oh. Oh, yeah.
And the dipping sauce is a white chocolate with boysenberry. You guys.
That has like just the right amount of like crunchiness to it too, to where it's not like hard, but it still has a nice little texture to it.
Yeah. And the churros had just come out of the fryer. What would you rate this? I know as we're eating.
Oh, you know what? This is pretty good. I have to admit, I'm going to give this a 4 boysenberries.
4 boysenberries out of 5 is my rating as well. Really good. And I like the churros like nice and light. It's not too like ugh, you know.
Yeah, a lot of times the like funnel cake and churros are very heavy, but the batter that they use is actually really nice and light.
Well, this event has been really fun. Everybody was able to properly keep their distance. We saw everybody wore masks. Tables were being wiped down all the time, and there's lots of table. Like if you come to this event and you think, oh, it looks kind of crowded, just keep looking and you'll find it. And like every single spot we found has been like super secluded away from people, and we really didn't have to walk that much further. And there's sanitizing wipes where if you don't feel like the table's wiped down enough, or if you want to wipe down more on your own, you can do that too, and they're everywhere. So, and there's little hand washing stations and sanitizing stations like everywhere. It's everywhere. So you don't have to go, you don't even need to go to a bathroom to wash your hands if you don't want to, because they're all outside if you choose. So if you guys come, we hope you have a good time. Just obey, you know, the kind of like safety protocols they have in place, and respect the people working. They're doing a really great job. I didn't see any customers giving anybody slack.
No, not
Everybody
at all.
here is they just want to eat food and have a good time. So I had a great time. I'm glad we did it, and we hope you guys enjoy watching our experience. Before we go, we're gonna have to make sure Wendy gets some of her boysenberry coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll vlog that for like the end credit scene, because I had to have it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.